Good morning, Spinster Books. We are here today from noon to 2 to cater to your every whim. Kidding. We're here for pickups and drop-offs, and we have a few carts outside because we're celebrating what I'm assuming is spring. Not sure. Miss Charlie is ignoring us, but enjoying her cart. So, that's all good. Today's story is a special dedication going out to the people who will know. The people will know that this is the book for them. It's a book for everybody, but especially dedicated to those people who will go, hey, that book's about me. Today's book is Collette, a collage adventure. A small bottle of glue lived on a shelf in Henri's art studio. Her name was Collette. Colette's spot on the shelf offered a wonderful view of the bright and colorful workshop. Every day, Collette watched as Henri painted big strokes of color. The paints formed lines and shapes, and a painting was born. It was always a surprise, sometimes even to Henri. In the evening, Henri wrote to artists and friends all over the world. Collette sat on the desk as he glued stamps and labels onto letters. Sometimes Henri's friends visited. Collette loved to hear them talk about colors. They spoke of the fiery reds, energetic oranges, and calm blues, as if they were friends too. Collette wished for a way to join the conversation. One day, Henri's neighbor, Jeanette, peeked through the doorway. "Come in, Jeanette," he said. She looked all around at the paintings and bright colors. Then she saw Collette. "What's this paint for?" she asked. "I like her name." Henri laughed. "That's my glue. The label says Collette. With this scrap of paper stuck on, it says Collette. Collette and Jeanette. You two could be quite a pair." Jeanette put Collette down gently and began to explore Henri's desk. She found a scrapbook filled with photographs, postcards, and drawings. "I have lots of pictures and drawings at home. Could I make a book like this?" "Of course," said Henri, "and my friend Collette can help you." The next day, Henri gave Jeanette a book of her own. She sat down to work with Collette. It didn't go too well. Sometimes Jeanette didn't use enough glue and her pictures wouldn't stay. Other times Jeanette used too much glue and the pages of her book became soggy and wet. Poor Collette ended up all sticky and covered in torn bits of paper. Colette's tip says, collage exploration can begin just getting to know materials. Collect scraps and pieces of things that are different sizes, shapes, and textures. Henri suggested Jeanette paint the glue onto her pictures to stick them to the page. Her pasting went better after that. When she finished, Jeanette turned to a new page and began to paint with the glue. "Aha," thought Collette. "With a brush, I can be just like Henri's beautiful paint." As the glue dried, however, it became transparent, and the lines and shapes nearly vanished. Colette's tip: glue is easier to control when applied with a brush. A shallow container and a small brush work well. Henri ran his fingers over the clear glue. "There are some wonderful shapes here. Let's see what we can do." Henri placed a piece of white paper over the clear glue shapes. He rubbed with the side of a crayon. Like magic, the shapes appeared on the paper. He showed Jeanette how to do the same thing with a leaf. For the rest of the afternoon, Collette watched as Jeanette made crayon rubbings. Colette's tip. Collage is a great way to recycle artistic explorations and abandoned art projects. Cut pieces from crayon rubbings, drawings, or colorful painted papers. The next morning, Jeanette returned with a collection of materials for more rubbings. She set them out on the paper. Collette was sad she couldn't be part of the fun. Then she had an idea. Collette spilled onto the paper. There was glue everywhere. Colette's tip. A spill or mistake is a great opportunity to make something spontaneous. Let the materials lead you as you explore. It's ruined, cried Jeanette. Jeanette looked at the mess and wondered what to do. Sadly, she moved a button around in the glue. She pushed it next to a ribbon and left it. Next, she slid another button across the page. She began adding pieces. Suddenly, a trio of acrobats appeared. "Collette," exclaimed Jeanette, "look what we can do." Colette's tip. Build with shapes and scraps to create images. After that, each day was a new discovery. Jeanette came to the studio with pockets full of bits and pieces. One day she played with a piece of string until it formed a tree. The wind blew and Collette became covered in scraps of tissue paper. Jeanette saw the bright colors and used the scraps to shape bark and leaves for the tree. Colette's tip. Working in layers can add dimension and texture to your work. Tissue paper and other translucent materials allow pieces to show through. Jeanette found inspiration in the people who visited Henri and the scraps from the studio floor. Colette's tip. Focus problem. Faces are a great theme for collage exploration. Notice how different shapes and arrangements suggest different emotions. Sometimes looking at their pictures was like looking at shapes in the clouds. Where Jeanette saw a bird in a tree, Collette saw a woman with a red dress and wild hair. And if you can hear pounding right now, that would be the train club boys downstairs making a little bit of noise. Colette's tip. Abstract collages provide opportunities for talking about line, shape, and color. Have fun turning your collage to look for hidden images. One day, the picture would grow on its own, a tangled jungle of found pieces. On another day, a scrap would suggest the shape of something familiar. Things they noticed became subjects for collages. The view out the window, and Henri's shy smile. Torn bits of paper suggested leaves or snow. Squares and rectangles created buildings. Henri and his friends Pablo and Georges, haha, that's George, were inspired. They began gluing pieces to paintings too. They called this form of art collage. Collette was thrilled to finally be part of the art. Imagine what you and Collette could create together. And here are some collages by children who contributed to the book. That's it. That was Collette, A Collage Adventure. One of my favorite books. A dandy, a doozy. We have a collage club, if you didn't know. So some grown-ups and I, for a little over a year now, have been doing a weekly collage, and then we send it to each other so we can see what we're doing. And we make supportive comments and sometimes jokes, but it's a really good group. So if you'd like to learn how to collage, I can help you, especially when the pandemic's over, because collaging is a very easy thing to do with people. Sitting across the table from each other or sitting next to each other, and you can share materials and ideas, and you can have good talks and laughs. That's what collage is all about. So this was our 10-minute story hour for the day. Someone is sort of awake. Hi, Charlie. Yeah, not really, though. Oh, good morning, Charlie. Yeah, whatever she says. So we're here from noon to 2. Feel free to stop on down. Just knock on the door if you need something or want to pay or pick or drop off. And have a great day. It's lovely out there. Bye.